Hello, my name is Lena, and when I'm dissatisfied with my wardrobe, I do this. Ever since I learned to sew, I have this really insatiable thirst to assert authority over my wardrobe and make it obey my every whim. I refuse to be sucked into Zara and H&M's little vortex of evil, and I would like to modify the stuff that I already have and secondhand items I found on Vinted. So, my first victim is gonna be this dress. Let's show it to you on. Okay, this is originally a Sugar Hill dress. Secondhand, it has amazing pockets. I just think the fabric is absolutely magical. Who does not want to be on a rainbow picnic? It's so perfect. But when I got it, I just felt like it lacked a little bit of pizzazz. I think this would be really cool to layer with. I think that the fabric is so thin that I'd want to wear it on a really hot day, and I'd actually struggle to wear it on a cold day. And also when the fabric's really thin on a dress, it sticks to tights. Like, this can't be a winter dress. However, in summer, like hell would I wear sleeves like this. They're fixed, they come quite high up on the armpit, and they're quite restrictive in the shoulder. So I think that this could be fixed with literally just cutting off the sleeves, but I'm not opposed to more extreme options if that doesn't work. The second item I'm going to be remixing slash cutting up slash destroying slash recreating is actually two items. One of Craig's favourite brands is a sustainable brand, Rapa Nui. He has two of these jumpers. However, a while ago I showed him a new way of living by taking a black jumper and a green jumper and combining them into a half and half jumper, which is very, very cool. And then I ended up using the extra fabric on either side of the jumper to make myself a tiny little cardigan. Like, basically, if you cut something down the center, you still need a seam, so there's no way to make two identical jumpers that are interchangeable unless you make one smaller than the other. So I used the other smaller halves, if that makes sense, to make a little cardigan for myself, which is very dashing. But this time he gave me this inspo picture. Like, he really likes this. So he was like, can you do a half and half, but then also just do something a little bit weird with the extra fabric? And I was like, something weird. Something weird is my middle name. No problem, no problem. So that's the next thing I'm going to be cutting up. And then thirdly is this really cool jumpsuit I had very high hopes for. I really searched up and down Vinted to find it because I love the pattern. The color combo is 1000% welcome in my wardrobe. Like, I can't believe how much it goes with so much of my wardrobe. However, I don't think this fit is everything that it could be. And also, you'll maybe remember from this video that I wore it traveling. I don't know if you've ever traveled in a jumpsuit and gone to lots of public toilets, especially on trains. It's not the life. It's not the life I want to be living. And also, I've been tantalized because I think these colors are really cool, but I know that I'd be able to have way more wardrobe options if it was a top and trousers. So what I'm thinking is cutting it off here and making this into like a cool waistcoat that I could wear open as well, slash top, slash whatever, layering piece. And then the bottoms, maybe just make them into trousers if I've got enough fabric. And if not, maybe I make the trousers part into something else. Or maybe I could lower the crotch if there's not enough fabric here. I'm not sure. As you can tell, I'm making it up as I go along, but I think that maybe I'll have to cut around this button and then let's see if we've got enough fabric for a waistline, because these would make some really cool shorts and then I could wear them together and I could wear them apart. I'm really in my co-ord era, and I think that actually that's like makes your wardrobe more versatile and like have more options for outfits and everything's just, I just think my whole life would change if this was a co-ord, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my trusty scissors and we're gonna get snipping and I'm gonna see what magic I can make, if any. What's actually the worst that could happen? Never ask that.
It's murder on the dance floor. You better not kill the groove, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. Oh, I know about your kind. And so I'll have to play. If you think you're
Okay, I just wanted to update you with how it's going. So I took the arms off this dress and simply just added some bias binding to the inside so that the seams are very reinforced and they lay flat and they look relatively tidy. So this, while not a radical transformation of what the garment actually looks like, I literally just lost the sleeves, I can now wear this garment with wild abandon. Perhaps it will carry me through the 5th heat wave of this year. I had thought about doing other stuff to this dress, but there's definitely something to be said for just doing the simplest fixed first and then just living in the dress. And I've been wearing this all day, and all the things that I thought I did need to do to it, I don't feel like I do. I feel like the biggest hurdle has been fixed and I'm ready to re-add this to my wardrobe. My next success, hopefully, actually, I haven't actually tried this one on yet. Let's see. Okay, this is how the top of the jumpsuit turned out into a nice little vest. This alteration was slightly wonky because I had to take off an extra button here, but I don't think you can notice from far away. And that's what the great thing about sewing for yourself is. Like, if you're happy with it and you don't think other people will notice it straight away, if at all, then it's fine. And also I didn't have orange thread to put at the bottom of this, so I put some pinky white thread at the bottom too, which I think again is fine because it's a very playful, casual waistcoat, and honestly I don't think it looks out of place. Plus I really needed to finish some of my pink thread. I've had that thread for years, so it worked for me in more ways than one. Now I still need to do Craig's jumper transformation, but I also pulled out 2 other things I'd like to take my scissors to in order to be wearable. So one of them that I think I'm going to do today is this very fetching pair of wide leg cotton trousers, which I've had for years and years and I absolutely adore, but they have not been getting very many outings this summer because I was worried about tripping over. A worry that, if you have watched my video about the Zara death pants, I think is quite founded. And after having an injury where I fell over quite badly, it has reignited the urgency in me to sort these trousers out. Now, I don't really want to take them up because I don't think that will look very good on these. I think if they're ankle swingers and they're this wide, I'm just not sure. But it's only very recently occurred to me that I could just put elastic in the bottom and make them kind of bubble trousers, which for a while I'd kind of gone off the style of it, but recently I've started seeing people wearing bubble trousers again and being like, no, I actually think I do like that. And if it's that or I never wear these trousers again, I'm going to pick that. So I'm just going to make a little channel in the bottom of the trousers, shove some elastic through and see what happens. The other issue is I have a shit ton of jeans now, which means that some of my older jeans don't get any outings, including these. Let me show you them on. Okay, these are the jeans that I don't get to wear that much. But actually, I'm going to be really real with you. I was literally about to do a whole monologue about how I wanted to turn these into shorts because I don't have very many shorts, but now I'm trying them on. I think I like them too much as trousers, and I'm not sure. Like, I'd like my shorts to be quite wide-legged, and I think that these wouldn't fulfill what I want from shorts if I cut them off. I think the shape would end up going kind of in on my knees, and I don't want to do that. So actually, I'll take that back. Another important part of the process is not just chopping stuff up for the sake of chopping stuff up. And actually, your intuition is important. And even if you're convinced that logically it might be the right practical thing to do to chop something up, sometimes you could be wrong. And I don't want to be wrong and fuck these trousers up. So I think even if I continue to not wear them and they don't continue to be an active part of my wardrobe, I think it might be better if I just found them a new home rather than ruining a garment for the next person. You know what I mean? It's all balance, baby. You gotta balance it. So anyway, let's do the jumpers and we'll fix the trousers and then we'll check in.
Kill the groove. It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not steal the moves, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. It's murder on the dance floor.
So I completed the final project of the video, the two-tone jumper, but it was not without its hiccups. The first thing that happened was that once I had cut the two jumpers in half and pieced them together, I realised in an agonising moment of silence that they were in fact different sizes. I don't know how this happened because they are technically both large jumpers from exactly the same brand. So either Craig has secretly washed one on a hot wash or their brand consistency isn't very good. But either way, that did give me pause. But in the end, we decided to go with the shorter length. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to lengthen it in a very smart way. So we went for the shorter length and I just cut off the bottom cuff and re-sewed it to the bottom. It's actually relatively easy and doesn't look that obvious unless you're looking for it. After that, I took the age-old sewing tool, a dark chocolate bar wrapper, and sketched out a square shape for me to base my applique on. Or in this case, I decided to do something I'd never tried before, but I'd seen on the internet and been very jealous of. Reverse applique, which is where you cut out the shape you want, you sew it to the reverse side or whatever you want it to appear on, and then you turn it the right way out and you use scissors to cut along your sew lines and kind of reveal the hidden fabric beneath. It's pretty cool and I think it turned out really well. After that, I just turned both sides inside out, sewed down the front line and the back line, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. This was Craig's reaction to seeing the jumper in person, and here's what it looks like on. He really loves it and I'm very impressed with myself actually. I mean, look at the inspo picture he gave me and then look at what I gave him. And that, sadly, is the end of this snip video. Should we call them that? Snip videos? Where I just adjust things so that they can stay in my wardrobe. A recap of what we did. I've got my very fetching Lucy and Yak vest. Suggestions in the comments with what I should do with the extra fabric from the legs, please. I've got my, what I now realise are very on trend, palazzo to bubble pant transformation, which I sampled and wore out yesterday and had an absolutely fabulous time. An anti-trip wardrobe is genuinely what I think I need after the debacle of the Zara death pants. And then finally, this very fetching dress, which will now not restrict my arms and be great for layering in winter as well, I'm sure. Now, I can talk your ear off all day about sustainable brands and where to buy clothes and how to choose clothes, which are all very good, relevant conversations, but I believe without a sewing machine, you haven't fully reached the possible heights you could as a sustainable fashion girly. I'm very passionate about this. If you have a lawn, you probably own a lawnmower or a leaf blower. If you have a car, you probably own a pump to pump up the tyres. If you own a pan to cook things in, you probably own a scourer to clean it with. It is insane that we live in a society that doesn't encourage us all to own sewing machines if we own clothes. And while you don't have to spend loads of time on it and learn how to make clothes from scratch like I did, which I love and I encourage you to do, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. That isn't really the only thing that a sewing machine is for. It is to modify your clothes, to understand how they work and to adjust them not only for your body but for your life. All of these alterations have been incredibly simple. I have barely even cut in a curvy line. It's all just been straight lines and sewing on straight stitch, the most basic stitch. And yet 4 pieces of my clothes have a completely different function in my wardrobe and are going to get so much more wear. If you need more persuading, I made a video here about why you should learn to sew and how I think it's an incredible life skill we should all be learning from a young age, but if you didn't, then don't worry. You still have decades to live on this earth, so why not give it a go? Or if you'd like to just watch a different video that's vaguely about sustainable fashion, there's a whole playlist for you waiting here. Thank you so much to the Gumption Club who make these videos possible and means that we are rarely, if ever, interrupted by a sponsor during these videos. Thank you so much to them. If you want to join, I'll leave the links below. I'm actually late with my appointment for the world to look enviably cool, so I'm just gonna go put on all these clothes at once and strut round the town, sprinkling va-va-voom wherever I go. Frog's dog out.